As you guys can see, we have our dress form facing to the back because today I'm going to be showing you guys how to drape the back of a bodice.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am in my element right now. In my last how to drape on a dress form video, I showed you guys how to drape this basic front bodice, and this is what we have right here. So if you guys are interested in seeing that video, if you need somewhere to start, go ahead and click the card up here and that will take you straight to how to get this. I've been working on my patterns and stuff. As you guys can see, we have our dress form facing to the back because today I'm going to be showing you guys how to drape the back of a bodice. So let's just go ahead and get into what you're going to need. So the first thing you're going to need, of course, is a dress form. So mine is a size 6. It is from mannequinmall.com. I'm going to leave the link to my dress form in the description box below if you guys are interested in purchasing mine. I actually have a review on this as well, so I'll just leave all the information in the description. We're also going to need some pins. I just have this wristband with pins on it, a measuring tape, which I have, some muslin. I usually use for draping 24 inches wide and 18 inches long of muslin. I think this is a little bit longer, but I'm just using the leftover that I used from the last draping video that we did. Prepared. You're also gonna need some permanent markers. I like to use black, but you can use red, whatever really highlight your eye or whatever. I just like using black because aesthetics. Sewing scissors. I have these fabric scissors right here. I also am going to be using some double fold bias tape, and again I'll link where you can find this on Amazon. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into this, shall we? So because last time when we did our front bodice, I believe I was working, and this is a pattern that I made. I'm also going to be showing you guys how to do this as well in the next video, but we were working on this side. So for the back, you want to make sure that you're working on the same side to create your back body. So that's why I'm going to be on this side now for that, and I put a little pin in there so I can remember what side I need to be working on. Okay, this will work. So I just try to bring it as close to us as we can so you guys can kind of get a better view. But the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my double folded bias tape and I'm just gonna put that right across the shoulder seam or whatever. So I like to just, where there's a little nail in my armhole plate, so I kind of just match up that to the other side, and it's kind of going to be right in the middle of your armhole where your shoulder seam is going to start. So that is what we're going to do, and I'm just going to pin that. Probably going to have to pin it a few times because it's not just going to stay. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side again and make sure that it's lined up straight across the back. Okay, there we go. So now we have that lined up across the back, and now we can get started with our muslin. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this clean edge and we're going to not line that up right on the the seam line. We're gonna line it up a little after it, and then we're just going to pin. Try to get as much excess fabric up here as you can where you're cutting, and then you just pin. You always want to pin above that waistline, and then we're going to be doing the same thing that we did on the first video. A lot of it is going to be smoothing and clipping, so I just like to kind of play around with the manipulation of the fabric so I kind of know where I'm gonna have to create my lines and my dart. So of course we're gonna create a dart right on this seam line right here. So I'm just kind of creating that for myself, really. And that is where we're gonna start at. So as you guys can see, I'm creating this dart right here. And again, you just want to smooth everything out. And then as I'm smoothing, I like to take my fabric scissors and I like to start just kind of like cutting and, you know, getting everything more smoothed out. And again, it doesn't have to be super perfect because you're going to be perpetuating. You're going to be perfecting everything once you start doing your pattern. So when you clip, it's basically going to smooth. So if you guys are trying to get serious about design, I want to kind of know, like, while we're doing this, what are some of the other problems that you're having? Drop those in the comments below so that way I can create videos on it, because I want to push out more videos like that and start creating like some courses or something to help you guys out. So yeah, definitely drop all of that in the comments so I can kind of get a gist and an idea of what I can help you guys on. Again, I'm just smoothing this out and pinning. And you're creating 2 darts. I'm going to be creating 2 darts. And you're going to create another dart up here on this line. This princess line up here. Princess. So it's going to look like this. Any like extra fabric that I have, I take it. And I'm going to be just kind of creating that princess line, and I make sure that it is going toward the neck and not away from it. And again, it's all about just manipulating the fabric. And then again, I'm just going to be cutting so that things will start to lay flat. I want to cut this off. I just want to cut that off because it was bothering me. It just makes the fabric not be so tense and gets it to lay flat. And then you can sort of take this and like fold it in. Because what this is going to do, it's going to create like a folded line for you to work off of. So it's really however you want to do it, but choose that. Go back in and play with your dart. Okay, so I know a lot is going on and I'm kind of quiet. I just want to make sure everything is kind of in place so you guys can get the gist of everything, and make sure everything is like smoothed out. Hey guys, so now what we're gonna do, I've gone way far from the thing, but as you guys can see, I kind of have everything played out. I have my darts, I have snipped up here on my neckline, I've created my princess seam, which I'm going to give you guys a up close and personal look at, but I have created my princess seam, and I went ahead and smoothed everything out on this side or whatever, and we've basically created our back bodice. So now what we have to do is just outline everything out for our pattern making, and we're gonna do that by using our black Sharpie or your red Sharpie, whatever color Sharpie that you want to use. Alright, so just like we did on the last video, we're going to go ahead and mark everything that needs to be marked. So we're gonna go ahead and mark our dart, and I'm gonna pin this a little bit more I honestly could have did a little bit of a better job at painting this, but so I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just mark the dart, which is going to look like this. So yeah, and my waistline stops right here, so I'm marking the waist. And then I just guess you could say I put like a that's what that looks like. Just gonna mark, of course, up here where my princess seam is, and I just mark an X right there. And we mark our neckline, wherever that is, and then we also mark our armhole, of course. And then I'll put an X right there. You want to mark your armhole 1 inch down. So 1 inch down from the arm plate. So let me take my measuring tape, and you want to mark it 1 inch down. Completely forgot about that. 1 inch down from the arm plate is going to start. So that's where you want to start your armhole at. So and I do need to start trimming some of this excess fabric because there's a lot of it. So I need to get rid of that. And just ignore this line. I just say ignore that line because that was my bad. You have your armhole marked out, you have your princess seam, every little seam marked out. You pretty much have completed your basic back bodice. I'm just gonna do this side seam right here because there is a side seam. And again, it's not perfect, but that's that. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it helped you guys out. If it did, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so that you can get more fashion design videos to start your, your self-taught fashion designer journey. And I could be of some help to you and be a guinea pig for you. So yeah, all of my links to like all my social media accounts are going to be in the description box below. You can find me at Takara Oneá on all of them. And I think that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you at the top. Peace.